Hello, beautiful souls. I am so grateful to be here with you today. Now, if we haven't already met, my name is Yvonne Cote. I am a holistic spiritual mentor. I'm a teacher. I'm a published author. I am the founder of There Is an Angel for That. I mainly work with angels, numerology, astrology, energy wisdom, and I do that to help people understand the seasons that they're moving through and how to step forward with clarity, confidence, and trust. Now, in today's video, this is something that is very special to me because right now, at the time of the recording for this, we are standing at the threshold of a very powerful shift. We're at that space between what has been and what's quietly beginning. So today, I want to share insight into the energy that we're stepping into 2026 as it approaches. And we're going to do that through numerology, astrology, angelic guidance. And we're going to do this to find out, what is the energy that next year carries and why does it carry in such a powerful momentum, especially for things like new beginnings and for forward movement. But before we go any further, I would just invite you, I just want you to even pause for a second and just take in one gentle breath with me. And exhale. And we're doing that because I would love for you just to allow yourself to fully arrive in this moment. Okay, because the energy that we're stepping into right now is very different from what we've been living through. It's clearer, it's stronger, and it's calling all of us forward. So I'm going to be really honest. I really feel like the past few years have been intense for many people. Things that once made sense stopped making sense. Old patterns, they just stopped working. The biggest one that I heard is relationships. A lot of people talk to me about how relationships shifted. So even the sense of who you are right now, you even might start to feel like things are beginning to change. You may have noticed some new desires surfacing. You may feel a deeper honesty about what you want, but also what you do not want to carry forward with you into 2026. Now, if any of this feels familiar, what I want to say to you is you are not imagining it. Nothing about this experience has been random. In Chinese astrology, in 2005, we had been living in the year of the wood snake. And when you think about it, the snake energy, it's introspective, it's wise, it sheds its skin slowly. It asks us to pause, to reflect, and to release what cannot come with us. So this has been a time of deep inner work. What I want to say is this quiet recalibration. It's a soul level preparation. Your soul, it has been creating this space. It's been realigning some priorities, and it's actually releasing what no longer fits. And what it's doing, it's preparing you for what's coming next. So let's talk about this. What is a universal year one? Well, in numerology, every 9 years, the universe offers us what I call a reset year, a universal year one. So the last time we had this or experienced it was in 2017. And now we're stepping into one as we speak in 2026. The one after that, it won't arrive until 2035, right? That sounds like so far away. So 2026 is not random. It marks the beginning of an entirely new energetic cycle. So a universal year one, what I want to say to you is it carries this energy of new beginnings, fresh starts, reinvention, identity shifts, leadership, planting seeds for the future. And it's also about writing that next chapter of your life. This is where I always feel like the universe hands you or slides you this blank page. It literally does it across the table. And you know what it says? It says, go ahead, write something extraordinary. Now, here's what's important though. A universal year one It's not about hesitation. It's not about waiting for the perfect timing. And it's not a year for overthinking or perfectionism. What it is, it's a year to begin and doing that intentionally. This is the year that responds to movement, to trust, to the willingness to say, I am ready. So now, as that energy shifts, we're going to move out of that quiet wisdom of the snake and we're going into that bold momentum of the fire horse. So, where that snake energy, it felt reflected, right? The horse, it's going to act. Where the snake waited, the horse wants to run towards what feels alive. Horse energy, oh, it's all about courage, freedom, forward motion, choosing yourself, saying yes before you're fully ready. This is not subtle energy. 2026 doesn't whisper its arrival, it announces it. This is really a year to step forward. It's a year to trust your instincts and to move with what's calling you. But here's the beautiful part. You're not being asked to navigate this new cycle alone. So before we talk about my angel picks for 2026, there's something really important that I want you to understand. Angels always honor your free will. They do not interfere, they do not push, they don't override your timing or your choices, and they don't step in uninvited. What they do, though, they wait patiently, lovingly, and without judgment. And they're waiting for even the smallest invitation. They're waiting for that moment that you even say something like, Angels, I'm ready, or Angels, I'm open. Because when you do that, everything shifts. So as we prepare for 2026, I have three archangels that stepped forward for me. Now, each does a supporting in a different part of this transition. So what I want to do is begin with the first one, and that is Archangel Raguel. Now, for me, Archangel Raguel, he is the angel of harmony, the angel of justice, the angel of divine timing. And the reason why we're starting with him, it's because if you were to take his name and you reduce it down to a one, his name, it actually reduces down to a one, which is the same vibration as the universal year that we are stepping into. So for me, this makes him that signature archangel for 2026. And I really feel like he is setting that energetic tone for the new 9-year cycle. So in 2026, Archangel Raguel will help you to release what drains you, to restore harmony where things have felt off. He can help you welcome people and opportunities that truly match your energy. Really important. He can also help you make those clear, empowered decisions. And Archangel Raguel, for me, I feel like he acts like that cosmic reset button. And what he's doing is he's clearing the path so that you can move forward cleanly. So once that path is cleared, I have another archangel that steps forward, and her name is Archangel Ariel. Now, she's the angel of courage. She's the angel of new beginnings. This is the angel who doesn't just guide you, she moves you. Now, Archangel Ariel brings that grounded, steady courage. It's the kind that is going to be required for a universal year one. She supports bold action, confidence, that forward movement. Because 2026, as I said to you, this isn't a year to shrink. This is a year to choose yourself. And she can help you with things like stop second guessing yourself. She can help you take inspired, courageous action. She can help you trust your intuition, and she can help you follow through on what you start. Another really big one that comes through with her is she can help you walk through doors you once feared. Now, what I want to say to you is Archangel Ariel's energy, it's bold, but it's loving, it's grounding, and it's empowering. And she reminds you you are stronger than your fears. The world needs the version of you that no longer hides. And finally, there's one more archangel that was stepping forward for me, and this was Archangel Metatron. And Archangel Metatron is the one who brings the activation. So if Archangel Raguel was the one who resets the field, and Archangel Ariel was the one who gave you the courage, then it's Archangel Metatron. He's the one who brings everything into alignment. He is the one who hands you the map. Now, he can really help you understand your next chapter. He can help you receive clear inner guidance. He can help you organize ideas and direction. He can help with cleaning energetic debris, right? Get it all out. And he can help you shift quickly into alignment. Now, Archangel Metatron, he doesn't just open the door. He shows you why you are here. Because in 2026, as I've been telling you, it isn't just a new beginning. It's an activation of who you are becoming. Okay, now this is where the magic actually gets really personal. So up until now, we have been talking about that collective energy, that universal year energy. And how we describe that is that's the big wave. We're all riding on it. Every single person on this planet that's riding is riding on that one. Now, your personal year number, what I want to say to you is that reveals how you specifically will experience 2026. So every single person who might be watching this video is moving through their own 9-year cycle, which means 2026 will not unfold the same way for everyone. Some of you might be in that beginning stage, with entirely new chapters. Some of you might be going through some healing. Some of you might be building momentum. Some of you might be completing a major life cycle. So when you blend that personal year number with a universal year one, that's when everything begins to click into place. This is the moment when numerology stops being this big mystical concept and it actually becomes a map. Because your personal year, it shows you where your opportunities will rise, where your growth is required, and what your soul is preparing you for next. Okay, so I want to go ahead and help you find yours. Now, we're going to take just a moment to calculate your personal year number together, because understanding this one number can really change how we walk into 2026. Okay, so here's how to calculate it. So you may want to pause the video. You could go get a pen and paper if you want, or if you have your handy dandy phone that has a calculator on it, you can do that as well. It's so simple. You only need to know the month that you were born and the day of your birth. Okay, do not use the year you were born. It has nothing to do with this. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these numbers and we're going to add them all together. And then once we have your month and your day, we add the digits of 2026 to the end. We add everything and we reduce it down to a single digit. All right. So let's use my birth date as an example so that you can see how I calculated mine. Now, I'm born in July the 30th. So July is the month of 7. So you would have to figure out what your month is. I'm born on the 30th. So figure out what your day is. So for me, July 30th would be 0 plus 7 for the month, plus 3 plus 0 for my day, plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 for 2026. You would add all of those numbers up together. When I calculate that out for myself, I get the number 20. So if you use mine as an example, you will see that you will get a 20. Now, what we need to do is we need to reduce that down to a single digit. So you would take the 2 plus the 0, and that equals a 2. So that is how you find your personal year number. Now, yours will probably be different than mine, whatever your birth date is. Okay. Now, if you're having trouble figuring it out, reach out, send me a message. I'm always open to helping people do that and calculate it. You can go to my website. I do have a calculator on there, but it's more about your life path. But if you use 2026 instead of your year of birth, it'll still help you calculate what your personal month number is. Okay. So now that we have your personal year number, this is where everything truly comes alive. Because when you understand how your personal year number blends with the universal year one, this is where you stop guessing. Okay. And you actually start moving into that energy instead of against it. So let's take a look at how each personal year number interacts with the universal year one and what it means for you on your journey in 2026. So when you did your calculation, if you came down to a single digit and it was a one, what I want to say to you is this is called a double new beginning for you. This is a total reset because you are a personal year one in a universal year one. Now, this combination, it's massive. That personal year one inside of the universal year one, it marks the biggest turning point that you will experience over the next 9 years. This is the energy of bold, life shifting decisions. Okay. It's a year of brand new version of you emerging. It's the start of an entirely new 9 year personal cycle. And this is also a year where huge opportunities, you might find that they're opening all at once. So, how I would describe it, I feel like it's standing in that doorway of this brand new chapter with both the universe and your soul saying, it's time. This is a year to be unapologetically honest about what you want. Go ahead, be brave, choose yourself, and take that first step, even if you're still figuring it out as you go. Okay. A personal year one in a universal year one, this is your green light from the universe. This is your all go in year. It's that kind of year that changes the entire trajectory of your life. This is where you claim your direction. This is where you trust that inner pull that you might be feeling. This is where you begin the next evolution of who you are. Okay. That, in a nutshell, is what a universal year one is. Now, if you're like me and you calculated it and you got a two, a personal year two and a universal year one, this is where your heart opens while the world resets. So, where the universal year one, as I've been saying, it brings that fast movement, it brings those fresh starts. But your personal year two is going to invite you into something softer, slower, maybe a little more emotional. This is a year of healing, intuition, connection, heart centered growth. So while the world might be feeling like it's just speeding around you, this is where you might feel like you're asked to focus on love, nurture the relationships that truly matter to you. It's also great to, deepen that trust both with others, but also within you. Okay. This is your new beginning. This year won't necessarily arrive through what I call those big external changes. It's going to unfold through the people in your life. It's going to unfold through the support systems that you build and the tenderness that you allow yourself to receive. This is a year for listening inward. It's a great year to do some healing. What's been feeling tender to you? And let your heart guide those next steps. Okay. Now, moving on to the personal year three. If you got a three, this is where creativity meets a fresh start. And I always feel like this is where some magic happens because this is a year of creativity, visibility, joyful self expression. This is a year where your voice, your ideas, your personality, and your presence, they want you to come forward in this really nice big way. It won't be quietly, not cautiously, but open and unapologetically. So with that universal year one underneath you, that those creative ideas that you have, they just don't feel exciting. They actually have traction. They land, they gain attention, they open doors. So this is your year to speak your truth, share your gifts, allow yourself to be seen and heard. Say yes to connection, inspiration, and possibility. Launch something creative or expressive and let your personality shine. A personal year three is not a time to hide, it's not a time to second guess. This is a year where your radiance becomes a magnet for opportunities, for collaboration, joy, momentum. I always feel like it's playful, it's expressive, it's magnetic. And when you blend that with that universal year one, this is where your creativity becomes that catalyst for that new beginning. All right. And next we have a personal year four. So if you got a year four, for me, this is where I feel like you're going to be building that foundation that that new beginning will stand on. A personal year four is a year where your new beginning, it takes shape through structure, through commitment, through steady progress. This isn't what I call restriction energy. This is purpose energy. A universal year one, it brings the spark, but your personal year four, it provides that framework. It provides routines, systems, foundations, and it turns ideas into something real and sustainable. This is a year of getting your life in order in the best way possible, or even strengthening what matters. It could be a year of committing to long term goals instead of chasing those quick fixes. So you might be feeling called to focus on your health, your finances, your career, your daily structure, and not because anything is wrong, but because your future self is asking for stability. This is the year where consistency becomes power. It's practical, it's grounding, and it's deeply empowering. This is a year where your future self, I love this, your future self is going to look back and say, thank you for laying the groundwork. All right. So, next, if you calculated a personal year five, what I want to say to you is this is about fast change, new beginnings, freedom. So, I always want to say how Spirit shows me buckle up, put that seatbelt on, buckle up. This is one of the most dynamic, exciting combinations that you can experience. A personal year five is going to bring change, momentum, and unexpected opportunity. And when you blend that with that universal year one, wow, this is where life starts opening those doors you didn't even know existed. This is a year of movement, of pivots. It's a year of saying yes before you have all the details fully figured out. Mhm. So you might feel restless, and that's not because something is wrong. It's because your soul is already ready for expansion, right? New environments, new roles, new directions, new experiences. These kind of things might start suddenly appearing. What I want to say, and this is really, really important, this is a year to trust the detours, all right? Follow your curiosity and allow life to surprise you. A personal year five isn't about clinging what's to familiar. This is about choosing freedom, authenticity, and growth. This is not a year to play small. It's a year to follow the openings and let life evolve. Okay, next, if you calculated a personal year six, okay, well, this is going to be all about those new beginnings, but they're going to be through love, home, relationships. This brings this new beginning that I want to say it flows directly through your heart and your home. This is a year of family healing, deepening relationships, emotional responsibility, creating stability, building a supportive home environment. So when you have that universal year one initiating that fresh start, the new beginning, it doesn't just show up through big external pushes, okay? It arrives through love, family, home, partnerships, emotional connection. This is a really great year to strengthen your relationships, repair what's been strained, create more peaceful home environment, make decisions that support your emotional well-being, lead with compassion and honesty, and you know what? Another great one, surround yourself with people who truly feel like your people. A personal year 6, it's going to ask you to choose what is healthy, nourishing, and emotionally aligned. It's also going to ask you to gently release what creates chaos or instability. It's a year of grounding into love, honoring your heart, and allowing your relationships to become that foundation of your new beginning. So when you blend that with a universal year 1, your next chapter, it opens through connection, commitment, and emotional clarity. All right. Now, if you are a personal year 7, you might find that your inner world, it resets as that outer world just begins. A personal year 7 inside a universal year 1 creates this very powerful contrast. So while that collective energy is moving forward and it's initiating those new beginnings, your personal year energy is going to want to ask you to pause, to reflect, to turn inward. So, how I always feel for this, it's deeply introspective, spiritual year. I always say this is a year of like spiritual awakenings might happen. Inner healing is a big one. Deep questioning. You might really start doing that. It's also awesome for intuition development. If you've been feeling intuitive and maybe not trusting it, this is a great year to work on that. Do that intuition development. Also great for emotional release and soul level insight. Now, you might notice that in this year you feel more reflective, you might feel more sensitive, intuitive, you might feel more curious about your purpose. And I always find that you'll feel less interested in the noise or superficial connections. Yeah, you're really going to be drawn towards things like healing, studying, stillness, like in meditation. Okay, not a year to force that external change. It's really a great year to prepare for it. So that personal year 7 is going to ask you to slow down, to listen inward, to release those old, outdated beliefs. Trust your intuition. Okay, that's a big one. And create some space for some clarity. Let that inner world guide your next steps. Now, your new beginning, I really feel like you will feel it internally first. Those external shifts, they will come, but they're going to come a little bit later. They're going to come once that inner alignment is complete. So again, when you blend that with the universal year 1, this year becomes a year of profound spiritual reset. It's a year where your soul aligns you with that next version of yourself. And you want to know what? It's going to happen long before the world sees it. All right. Okay, now, if you got a personal year 8, you calculated an 8, this is when new beginnings are going to meet power, success, and abundance. A personal year 8, when you combine that with that universal year 1, I always want to say that this is one of the most empowering combinations in numerology. This is the year where your new beginnings arrive through success, leadership, real world achievement. It's about stepping into your authority. It's about allowing your efforts to translate into those tangible results. Now, this year, it will support things like career advancement, financial growth, leadership, and recognition. It'll also help support you to step fully into your power. So, with that universal year 1 opening a fresh chapter, your personal year 8 launches you into that powerful success cycle, one that's filled with momentum, visibility, and tangible breakthroughs. I always say that this energy is ideal for making those bold career moves, okay? Go ahead, ask for promotion, a raise, a new title or role. It's also ideal to start or expand a business. Great for getting strategic about your finances. And it's also good to help you to make choices that support that long-term success. A personal year 8 is when you stop apologizing for who you are and you start owning your gifts, your expertise, your value. Again, it's not a year for shrinking or self doubt. This is a year for rising strategically, confidently, and powerfully. Now, when you blend that with the universal year one, this becomes the beginning of this brand new success cycle, one with the potential to shape your next decade of your life. Mhm. Okay, and finally, if some of you, you may, this isn't the new beginning, okay? Your new beginning isn't going to start with a spark. It's going to start with a release because before a new chapter begins, the old one must gently close. So, if you're in a personal year nine, this year is about releasing the old as the world opens a brand new door. So, a personal year nine in this universal year one is a powerfully emotional and I want to say deeply transformative. So while the world is beginning this new collective cycle, you're completing a personal one. This is the closing chapter before everything changes. And I love this year. I just had it a couple years ago. This is a year of endings and closure. It's a great year for forgiveness and emotional healing. It's great for letting go of what's run its course. And another great one, karmic healing. So much can be done in this year, and it's so important. So you might notice that you feel a little more emotional or reflective than usual. You might also feel a strong desire to declutter your life. Now, this could come physically, mentally, and emotionally. So you might feel drawn to complete unfinished business, forgive what's been heavy on that heart, or simply recognize, you know what, I can't carry this anymore. And that's perfectly okay. Personal year nine, it's going to ask you though to close these old cycles with grace. Release relationships, roles, habits, anything to you that you feel has expired. It's okay. And it's also really great for completing unfinished emotional or energetic work. All right. Not a year to chase new beginnings. And I'm not saying you can't start something new, but this is really a great year to prepare yourself for them. Okay. A personal year nine, I always feel like this is your soul's way of saying you can't take everything with you into that next chapter. All right. So when you blend that with that universal year one, what you're doing is you're closing out your past at the exact moment the world is opening up this brand new door. I found it was very deeply healing, deeply liberating, and it prepares you for an extraordinary rebirth in 2027. Okay. I really hope this makes sense for anybody that came here to watch. Now, before I close, there's one more thing that I would love to leave with you. Something simple, and to me, it's insightful, and you can explore it after today. I want you to take a moment to calculate the personal year numbers of the people closest to you. It could be your partner, your kids, your parents, your close friends, even your coworkers. And here's the thing, because a person's birthday, especially just their month and day, not even their year, a lot of this is public information. You can go onto social media right now and find so many people's birthdays, right? You are not reading that person's energy and you are not stepping into their energy field. All you're doing is you're simply looking at the numerology of the year that they're moving through. And how I feel, oftentimes, just that alone explains so much about the shifts, the emotion, and the changes that might be happening in your family dynamics. It can really help you understand them more clearly, as well as support them more compassionately and move into 2026 with that greater patience and awareness together. So I say, go have some fun with it, run the numbers, see what kind of year the people in your life might be experiencing. Okay. And as we come to the our end of our time here together, I want to leave you with this. You do not need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to have a full plan. You don't need certainty before you begin. You only need a willingness to listen and the courage to take those next steps when it appears. The energy of 2026, it's already moving. New beginnings are forming quietly beneath the surface, and the guidance meant for you is actually closer than you think. So, this actual video marks the beginning of my YouTube journey, and I am so grateful that you're here to be here with me at the start. I will be sharing more teachings around numerology, angels, intuition, colors, moonology, Reiki, intuitive guidance, so many great things. If you would like to continue this journey with me, then I invite you to subscribe to my channel so that you can receive future videos when they are released. Okay, I always say trust the timing, trust your inner knowing, and know that nothing in your life arrives randomly. It always is arriving right on time and right when you're meant to. Okay, so thank you so very much for spending this time with me. And always remember, there is an angel for that. Angel blessings to you all, and I will see you again.